How's it going, ladies and Bruce's? I'm Bobby Sixkilla and welcome back to the Divine Deception. We've only got Thane's path left to go. Everyone else's is finished now. Laverna's I thought was going to be the big final blowout of an ending, but it turns out that's not the case. Might be Thane's after all. So we're going to jump into Thane's now. We've got 3 episodes left to go on Thane's story. And then I don't know what's going to happen at that point. Anything could happen. It could just end, or it could carry on with a new pack, like an epilogue pack. I don't know. We shall see. Let's jump into episode 5 of Thane's storyline. Strike second. Oh, this is directly after Secretary Ghani's been killed. It's never exactly comfortable when you're standing over a dead body. Even less so when you killed said dead body. But when the person you killed isn't the person you were supposed to kill? Yeah, it was pretty awkward. Luckily, I was the one who was the most composed. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. This ain't good. This is really not great. Oh, no. He had stood up from his hiding position in the bushes and was now making his way over to the corpse. A little risky, standing out in the open by the dead body. But no one was around. If they were, they would have said something before this point. You're telling me? You saying we just shot some civvy? Because, yeah, that's not great. We did this under the assumption Locke was just some gambling lowlife. People like that can disappear pretty easily. The police don't give a shit about cases like that. Are you telling me we just shot a complete normal person? No, that's not a normal person, it's a government official. An employee of Governor Raja. That's not nothing. That's not something that just can be handled. Okay, calm down everyone. No need to freak out yet. Nobody's been freaking out. Shut up. Look, we're jumping to conclusions. Oh? That right. Pray tell, what conclusions are we jumping to right now? Kinda feels like this is a pretty straightforward case. Not exactly a lot of room for nuance. Well, we were tasked to kill Locke. You used to say that's not Locke. What? I mean, what do we know about Locke? My description was pretty sparse, and I mean, yeah, you wouldn't think a government secretary would be a gambling scammer or anything, but, you know, it's possible. Maybe he has a double life. Maybe he wears a wig and makeup. Goes out, spends his nights dressing up. It's possible. This is the angle you're going with. Seriously. Yeah, settle down. It's fine. We just got the wrong guy. It's not the end of the world. Settle down. Settle down? Uh-oh. Maybe not the time to pull the tough Thane card. Thane, I get the logistics isn't your strong suit, but we just screwed the pooch majorly. It's not just a matter of the innocent person we killed. Although to be clear, that is also quite bad. Yeah, sure, whatever. But we also screwed up the hit Art put out. That's a big revenue hit. Not to mention, possibly damaging our relationship. Of course. Of fucking course. What? No, nothing. Just makes perfect sense to me that your main concern from all of this is that we might be losing some of our precious money. Okay, you know what? I don't see why you're talking at all, especially considering you're the reason we're in this mess. Excuse me? Yeah, could you be cool for like a minute? If there was more conflict, in my eyes, that increased the chances that my disguise would somehow be found out. I'd have to do my best to temper things before they got out of hand. Yeah. No, I'm serious. Thane and I are here, we're taking things seriously. We actually were, you know, doing our jobs. Then you came up and interrupted us for no reason at all. You came out to what, play cards? No wonder we went on our A game. Are you serious right now? Are you actually saying what I think you're saying? Because if you are, you're even more batshit than I thought. I had absolutely nothing to do with shooting this random guy. If you're going to be blaming anybody, blame your masked buddy over there, why don't you? I mean, he's the one who actually shot the guy, you know? How's that anybody's fault? How it's anybody's fault but his boggles the mind. I take no blame in this. Shocker. Why should I? I did what I was told. Followed orders exactly as they were given. You gave me the description, I followed it. You're blaming me? I'm just saying, you even encouraged the shot. I think assigning blame is a dumb practice. But if we're going to, I don't see how it's logical the blame lands on my lap. I can't believe this is turning around on me. If the shoe fits, what did I do wrong? I mean, we got a description. The guy matched it. How on earth should... No, you know what? That's a good point. Your own point? That you haven't said? That's a good point? Shut up for a second, would you? He began pacing around with a complete contemplative look on his face. I exchanged a brief look with Lara. I felt like we should interrupt him, but we also had no desire to. A few seconds later, Yi just nodded. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way this arsehole just happened to get shot. No shit, Yi. We shot him. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's no way it's a coincidence this dude ended up being where he was. Obviously not. I mean, it's the exact time, more or less. Exact place, exact clothing. I mean, it all lines up too perfectly. If this dude just happened to walk by this park at this time, in that outfit, then he must be the unluckiest son of a bitch that ever walked the earth. I agree. It is logical to assume that this was not a case of chance. Oh god, I got Thane's approval. Thank god. Alright, fine, maybe it wasn't a coincidence. So what are you saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I guess I'm saying I don't think it's any of our fault that we shot this dude. Like I said, yeah, you were right. So then, what happened? You think Art screwed us? Huh? I mean, think about it. He was the one who provided the details for the hit. He told us the time, place, description. If anybody could arrange us to kill the wrong person, it'd be him. All he'd have to do was change the who. Okay, but why? Why what? Why lie about it? He already had us performing a hit. Why give us the wrong identity? Yeah, why not just say, kill Secretary Gunny? Wouldn't that just make our job harder? Possibly run into confusion? If he's placing a hit, I think he'd just tell us straight up who the target is. It's not like there's any difference whether we're killing Locke or Secretary Gunny. I don't know about that. There is a difference between Secretary Gunny and Locke. The latter, like we said, has very few connections. The former is a somewhat respected member of society and more importantly works for Governor Aja. Hitting Aja is something that needs a bit more deliberation. Not saying we wouldn't do it, but it's going to affect things like cost and the time to put the hit into motion. Aha! See? I probably needed Gunny killed. He knew it would be troublesome, fed us false info. Mystery solved. He shook his head. Sorry, Lara. I don't think that's it. And I'm not just being vindictive here. Legitimately, I don't buy that explanation. Huh? Why not? A breach of contract like that? It's no laughing matter. I mean, misleading who we kill is a serious breach of trust. It could lead to serious damage on our end. If we ever found out that he intentionally misled us. I know we like to avoid clashing swords directly with a limpo for a couple of reasons. But a direct insult like that trumps everything else. We'd have to make Art pay. It's a matter of pride. Maybe Art just thinks we wouldn't find out. It's not out of character for him to be a cocky son of a bitch. Yeah, I don't see it. Not when there's a simpler explanation. Oh yeah? And what's that? Secretary Gunny and Locke were in it together. What exactly do you propose it is? Fuck if I know. Although, we were thinking about that hoodie. It was meant to meet with Governor Aja, right? Maybe there was going to be a trade-off. Locke and Aja had some sort of deal. Art gets wise to the details. I think Locke's going to be the one meeting with Aja. Puts the hit out. Turns out this Gunny asshole is Locke's partner and goes to meet with Aja in Locke's place. And just like that, miscommunication created, we've got a dead secretary. I guess it's possible. I shook my head. I don't think so. Thane, you know, you've been a real pain in the ass tonight. Okay, what is it? If there was some shady meeting happening, why would Gunny be the one sent to meet with Aja? Why not Locke? How should I know? I'll put it another way. It makes way more sense for Locke to go as opposed to Gunny. I mean, Gunny works for Aja, right? And Aja would definitely recognize Gunny. So, maybe Aja knew who she was meeting. Okay, if that was the case, why the meeting here? Why have the meeting here? Why have it now? Yeah, they could have met at work. Don't Aja and Gunny work in the same building? I feel like if there was a deal between the two, one where Aja knew who she was dealing with, they'd just do it there. Alright, I'll buy it. So then what's your theory? Huh? I mean, if you're gonna poke holes in mine, you've gotta have an idea to replace it, right, Thane? I just sighed. I didn't mean... Fine. What if... Art was just wrong? Huh? We know very little about what's happened. It includes how Art got his information in the first place. Lara suggested that Art misinformed us. But why put the burden on Art? Maybe he was misinformed, either accidentally or on purpose. Simple as that. No, I don't like it. Shocker. You tell me what sort of misinformation causes you to get it, like, 90% of the details right, but the identity of the person wrong. That makes no sense to me. If you know as much as Art did, you don't just happen to get the most important part wrong. I can't think of a situation where that happens. Seems to me like you're not very creative then. Excuse me? Look, we know too little. I'm not saying I'm right, but it is possible. Anything's possible. I suppose. Thane's right. We know too little. And just speculating like this isn't getting us anywhere. Right now, no matter how we get into the situation, the fact is we're standing in front of a dead body. The wrong dead body. And we kind of have to deal with it. Do we though? Can't we just like run off? We can. If we want to be sloppy and idiotic. Let me rephrase. Can't I just run off? You can't be serious. Are you seriously suggesting that you just ditch us now? Now of all times? I mean, I don't think I'm going to help much. Like you said, I don't belong here. He's going to murder her shortly anyway, so I don't think she should feel bad about ditching him. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, fuck off. You had your chance to pull that card, and you got offended when I suggested you do. Now that we're in the shit, you're standing here, useless or not. Fine. If it'll make you happy. You know, it will. It really will. He shook his head, scowl not leaving his face. Jeez, the nerve of this girl. I mean, seriously, can you believe this thing? I just shrugged. Not starting this up again. Alright, Mr. Yi, we're dealing with a dead body now. So what do we do? How do we go about this? Well, I guess the question is whether or not the hit is called off. Seriously? Isn't it like way too late for that? It's not too late until we decide it's too late. Who knows, maybe any minute the real Locke will come walking here in his grey hoodie. You were the one who said that guy walking here at the same time wasn't a mistake. That was a theory. I could be wrong. That's rare coming from you. At this point, if the real Locke was coming, we'd have seen him, I think. Safe to say he won't be here. Alright, fine. Locke isn't coming here. It's still too soon to call off the hit. No. Look, when the duets are contacted to do a job, we need to finish the job. If we don't, our name becomes cheap. Even if we're fed faulty info? Even when it's not our fault? Yeah, I admire the spirit, but how exactly do you intend to kill the real Locke? I don't know. He paced a bit more on the inside. Fine. Maybe I'm being a little irrational right now. Funnily enough, I'm a bit thrown off my game. But at the very least, we should get in touch with the employer. Let them know what happened. See if they have any suggestions on what to do. You mean call out? Exactly. And then Yi took out his phone. Alright, let's just get this over with. Probably not going to be a pleasant conversation, but well, gotta happen. A few seconds later, a call was made. The phone rang for a bit, and then... Hello? Hey Art, what's up? How's life treating you? I'm fine. Good to hear, good to hear. I'm not in a chatty mood. Is the business handled? Business handled? Why so clinical about it, Art? Just answer. Look, the answer's kinda... This conversation's gonna be a real pain in the ass if you refuse to address things head on. Look, you're not being recorded. Give it a rest. Heard a sigh on the other side of the phone. Fine. What does kind of mean? About that. Hey, is that Art Deismer? Wow, I'm such a fan. Who's that? That's one of my co-workers, Lara. One of your co-workers? I put you on speaker. You put me on speaker? What on earth made you think that... Art, friend, take it easy. Think of your blood pressure. The only people here are people you can trust. Totally. I mean, I'm just honoured to get to be talking with you. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm also here. Very good thing you were here. It sounded patronising. Perceptive. Wait, did you just say Thane? As in Shadow of Panthea Thane? No, as in defunct rock band member Thane. Of course that Thane. Who do you think you're talking to? A deeper sigh was heard. Who am I talking to? What has my life become? Hey now, that's a little rude to say on the phone, don't you think? Care to be a bit more respectful? I prefer not to. And that's a real feisty tone for someone who's apparently only kind of did their job. What does kind of even mean in this context? I was getting to it. Say, Art, how'd you get the info for this job? I don't see why that's of any of your concern. It is, because we killed the wrong person. You what? Okay, see, this is why the speakerphone was a mistake. I would have delivered the news a lot smoother. Sorry. How do you deliver that news smoothly? Hold on. Who exactly did you morons do? Hey, Art, it's not our fault. See, we followed your information in the hit. The man showed up, dressed as you described, at the time you described, in the place you described. It's not our fault the person mentioned that description wasn't Locke. It wasn't Locke. It wasn't. It was Secretary Gunning, if you'd believe it. What? I know, crazy, right? I truly do apologise for this news, but as my associate so bluntly put it, we were just following the directions you gave. You were certain that Locke would be the target, right? I did, Just give me a second to think. The other side of the line went silent for a moment. Okay. I don't know what's going on. All I can presume is that I was misled. Hey, that's okay. Happens to the best of us. I can do without the theatrics, Miss Lara. Oh, sorry. You know, that's what I like about you, Art. You get down to the brass tacks. I respect that in a man. Don't you start, Yi. You sound awfully jovial for someone who screwed up a job. Hey, we were just doing what we were told. I told you to kill Locke. Locke may not have shown up at the time and place I described. That is my fault. However, you went on to kill a totally uninvolved individual without confirming their identity. They match the clothing description. Does it sound like I care? I don't know how you do business with Yi, Mr. Deismer. But that too... Hey, whoa now. I apologise, Art, I really do. I want to make it up to you. What can I do then? How do I make it up? What's our next move? Again, the line went silent. Give me a minute. The line suddenly went dead. Did he just hang up? Very good, Lara. You know what the sound of a phone hanging up sounds like? You know, you've always been a tool, Yi, but usually you're cooler about it. I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated is all. Bit of a perfectionist. When things go off track like this, it gets under my skin. We're all annoyed, Yi. Get over yourself. Yi flashed a nasty grimace at me. Whoops. Might have been going a bit far there. Back to being the silent type for me. So what now? He said he'd be a minute. We'd give him one. He'll call back soon. Okay then. And just like that, a wave of silence flushed over the three of us. It was far from the first time we were all staring at each other quietly. But this time, it felt noticeably more awkward. So, anybody know any good jokes? Really, Lara? I don't. I mean, I've heard some, but I can only ever remember the setups, never the punchlines. That right? Yeah, it's a real problem. I tried asking a comedian friend of mine for help, and he had this weird advice for me. Oh, it's Art. Really blanking on that phone call coming in time, huh? Yep. Ye picked up the phone. Ye speaking. I know you're speaking. I killed your phone. Somebody else could have my phone. Ye. Look, don't turn this around on me. Saying who's speaking when you pick up the phone is very common practice. You're an arsehole for making a thing of it. Okay, fine, whatever. Look, here's the deal. The hit for Locke, it's still on. Sure thing. Got any leads up for us on that front? No. Awesome. We have some gathered information on Locke. I'll be sending you what I have. Besides you, Duets are supposedly resourceful. Locke is a 2-bit con man, he operates in your circles. Hey, he wants to find the guy, we can find him. I'm just saying, the guy's apparently pretty elusive. I hope you're not expecting a quick turnaround on this. I would hope you'd prioritize it, but yes, I do not expect immediate results. The need for them is dissipated. As for your incorrect kill, we won't penalise you for that. Would sure hope not. Don't push me, Yi. Fine. Thank you, oh beloved, benevolent Art. You are welcome. That is all. Wait, that's it? Miss Lara, as an outsider, perhaps you do not understand the specifics of this arrangement. I would like as little contact with your little posse as possible. Frankly, I've already made 2 more phone calls with you people than I'd want today. And the dead body? Deal with it. You're a bunch of murderers, right? Surely you have protocols for this? Erase evidence, tying you to the crime. Make it look like an accident. Dump the body. I don't care. Just don't get arrested. Or do get arrested. Just don't testify against me. It isn't my problem anymore. Never change, Art. I don't intend to. And like that, Art hung up. Well, isn't he just a bundle of fun? Sometimes you gotta work with assholes, Lara. I'm surprised you hadn't learned that by now. Oh, trust me, I have. Oh, haha. Very funny. Can we please just start the cleanup and be done with it? I don't know about you two, but this isn't exactly how I'd like to be spending my nights. At this point, it's almost morning. That it is. Okay, well, I don't think there's much we need to do. It's cases like these that are custom built for our police contact. I'm gonna hit them up now. Isn't it pretty late? Aren't they likely asleep? Nah, I had them on call for this in case things went south. You just had them awake at this hour, just in case? Yep. Damn, Yi, you're brutal. Just picking that up now. He chuckled to himself. Anyway, last call taught me not to put calls on speakerphone in front of you animals. I'll handle this myself. He started messing with his phone, walking away a bit from the corpse, leaving me alone with Lara. Well, this is awkward. I've been trying to avoid one-on-one situations with Lara, but there was no natural way to get around it at this point, so I just stayed silent and hoped Lara would follow suit. She's not good at that. I don't think I forgot about everything. Shit. Oh? Don't owe me. Playing coy is a bad look for you. I wasn't playing coy. I just don't care if you remember. I'll do it, you know. You know you won't. I will. I'm serious. Okay then. Lara continued to just stare at me. I tried to give nothing away. The mask helped me with that quite a bit. It looked like Lara was about to start speaking. Luckily Yi walked back. Saved by the bell. Alright, well, cavalry will be here soon enough. So we just have to wait for now. Pretty much. Okay then. And like that, Lara began to walk away from us. I sensed some frustration in her. Jeez. Can never just be in a good mood, can't you? Pretty hypocritical there. Is it? For some reason I was having a bit of trouble staying in character as Thane. My personal feelings were being particularly feisty tonight. You know, we're gonna have to deal with this soon enough. I know. I mean, we've managed to stomp out all the fires before they've started so far. But I mean, imagine if we let some of them slip through the cracks. We'd be... I know. He shook his head. Oh man. You know, the mere existence of them in my mind is grounds enough. You think so? I mean, obviously I think so. But that's not really what matters. Right. You know, I really thought last time you'd get something good. You sure you didn't? If I did, wouldn't I tell you? Who knows? Maybe you're holding out on me. Let me rephrase then. If I did, would I really be doing nothing? Okay, you got me there. Next time then. I just nodded. He patted me on the back and began to walk away himself. Guess everybody needed their own space. Oh, good enough for me. The less conversation I had to go through, where I only knew half of what I was talking about, the better for me. Man, why was this role so stressful for me? Who knows? I guess just the fact that I knew nothing about myself. Oh, and the psychotic murderer surrounding me. That doesn't help. Anyways, I checked my pocket. Yep, I still had it. That disguised trip to the V-Hall the other day ended up being worth the risk. People are creatures of habit after all. And if there was time to use it, just surviving was hollow motivation. Just learning information, barely above that. It was never my motivation then, and it shouldn't be mine now. Thane's mask was a curse, but also a blessing. A perfect opportunity the more I thought about it. So then, if I wanted to start destroying the duets from the inside, why not start now? It was this thought that was interrupted by a faint noise. Immediately I snapped back to attention. I saw Yi and Lara act similarly, and just like that we all made for cover. Lara dove behind some bushes. Yi also went behind some bushes, though his approach was a lot more casual. For my part, I just took a few steps back and put my back up against a tree. None of us were overly frantic. It was pretty obvious it was coming after all. Still, couldn't be too safe. Maybe always was the chance it was just a passerby. But no, coming into vision I could see our trusty police making his way here. Seth Johnson. Ugh, this is sick. You guys are sick. You guys are around, right? You didn't just call me here and leave me with the dead body. Oh, come on. Watch the tone, Seth. Ah. Seth jumped about half a foot in the air as I spoke up. Well, I can't blame him. I did move from my spot behind the tree to sneak out right up behind him. I could say that I did it better. It did better emulate Thane. But being honest, I did it just because I thought it would be fun. I was right. It was. He came out in stitches. Even Lara was chuckling a bit. Classic. Absolutely classic. Thane, man. Don't let me give you shit again. You really are a legend. Noted. I don't see how it's funny to be joking around at an active crime scene. Especially out in public. Oh, come off it, Seth. Some would say this mood is exactly why a joke like that lands. No, I think you would be laughed. You would have laughed if I got scared by Thane in any context. True enough. Am I the only one weirded out by the fact that Thane apparently gets more comedic when he's around a dead body? Kinda weird. I don't get more comedic. I'm just unaffected. Huh. That's better, I guess? Oh, right. You must be Seth, our police contact, yeah? Yes. Cool. I'm Lara, nice to meet you. Lara stuck out her hand. Seth hesitantly accepted the handshake. Nice to meet you too. Another duet senior officer, I'm guessing. Yep. In fact, you get the luxury to be dealing with all 3 senior officers, Seth. Oh goody. Lucky me. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you for everything you've been doing. I know you might not love the arrangement, but it's because of work like yours that we can do what we do. So earnestly. Thank you. You're welcome? She doesn't mean it, Seth. This is just a shtick. Huh? Hey, can we please not get off tracks this quickly? Again, I want to get home. Yes, please, thank you. Alright. You two raise a good point. Time's passing rather quickly. Before we know it, those freaks who like to run at the break of dawn might start waking up soon. We have to do something of a time. We have something of a time limit for this cover-up. Well then, what exactly are we looking at? To put it bluntly, this is a government official we accidentally killed. You No, okay, forget it. Details. What happened exactly? What evidence is there? Not a whole lot. The 3 of us were hanging out in those bushes, shot him in the back with an unmarked sniper rifle. In our defense, we didn't know it was him. You didn't know it was him? What are you talking about? You just shooting random people for fun now? Of course not. Seth's buddy is more nuanced than that. See, we thought it was somebody else, and it turned out to be not someone else. That's not... Again, Seth trailed off. Then he just sighed. Do you people have to murder so much? Look, I don't like this any better than you. And trust me, if we killed the person I thought we were killing, we wouldn't have any problem with any of this. I find that hard to believe. Alright, maybe you'd have a teensy tiny problem, but chalk it up more as a you thing than anything else. Ugh. You know, I'm getting really sick of cleaning up after your messes. I know. I'm sorry, Seth. But you know that if you actually decided to refuse our help, you'd end up with your head on a pike back into an HQ, right? Seth nervously joined in with Yee's chuckling. Yee slapped Seth on the back twice with a bit of force. I kid. It actually just disappeared at the bottom of the ocean. Right. I mean, head on a spike. We're not animals. Of course. Hey, Yee. He gets it. He wasn't even putting up a resistance, just doing some standard grumbling. I need to keep up with the threats. Always a buzzkill, Lara. Always a buzzkill. Guys, time. Okay then, let's think. How do we want to cover up this murder? Lara, you've just been coasting here. I want to hear your actual idea on this. My idea? A bit on the spot, but okay. we could contact some of our people. Have them bring over a truck, we load the body up, transport it away, dump it in the ocean. Then it's like the murder didn't even happen. Simple. Wow, what a garbage answer. Seriously? Yeah, seriously. You become a senior officer with that sense? No, you're just being mean, you. Are you... You looked over to Seth. Oh, whatever. Anyway, no, bad idea. There's a ton of blood and shit here. I just saw the man die, and it's just a load of work. There's an easier way, and that is simple. Arson. What? We just burned down the park, this guy in it. Now he's going to too much work. It's actually pretty easy to start a fire. Besides, this actually cleans stuff up. All forensic evidence of us being here. Clear cause of death for this guy. Motive in the first place. All burns away. Okay, well I don't hate it, but maybe not that? Not that, huh? I hadn't considered it. We don't need to harm him. We don't need to harm the park. You guys are putting too much thought into this. Agreed. Yeah, look, I'm a cop. You brought me in to help with stuff like this. You want to know the best course of action? Hit me. It's just a botched robbery. Remove this guy's face mask so it will easily be recognizable. Also makes him look less sketchy. Take his wallet out of his pocket, steal all the valuables from him, remove the bullet from his head, disguise the fact that he was killed by a sniper. Won't they come out in forensics? Yeah, but by that point they'll have forgotten a lot about the case. Seriously? That works? Messed up, right? What about forensics? Proof that we were here. I'll be one of the first officers on the scene. I'll make sure to remove any forensic evidence that ties directly to you. You be sure to do that. I don't need to tell you what happens if one of us ends up in jail, do I? No, you do not. You let out a small yawn. Alright then. Sounds sensible enough. Thane, want to do what the man said? I didn't, but I nodded and bent down and looked over the corpse. Oh man, I felt pretty bad about what I did to this guy. But well, enough waffling about. I made a decision, I just have to live with it. But now I had work to do. Seems to be Gunny was kind of an asshole anyway. Probably didn't deserve to be shot in the head though with a sniper rifle. As instructed, I removed the face mask. Then I retrieved the bullet. Ew. Okay, hated that, but whatever. And now for the wallet. I rifled around in the guy's pockets. Eventually I found it. Damn, not much in here. Oh well. Not the point. I also found his phone in their pocket. For good measure, I decided to give it a good stomp. There. Back in the pocket that goes. And that was everything I had to do. But the others weren't really watching me right now. If there was a time to use a secret weapon, this could backfire. In a lot of ways. And I wasn't sure if this was the right time. The right tact. I wasn't sure about a lot of things. Frankly, I still didn't know enough things. But well, that was the point, wasn't it? If things stayed static, nothing would break out. There'd be no opportunities, no weaknesses. This, I think, would force moves. So then, quickly I looked back to make sure I wasn't being watched, and carefully I took it out of my pocket. A cigarette. A stub, more like it. One that Yi had smoked. Very carefully I placed it under Gani's arm, at a point hard to spot. And I walked right back to the others. You done now? I just nodded. Excellent. So are things handled? Pretty much, I guess. I guess I can send an anonymous tip for this body. Actually, it would be better if one of you did it. I have an early shift today. I'll partner up with Panthea and make sure we've got incompetency on our side. As the group continued to chat, I subtly turned back to the body. I took my phone out of my pocket. I slid over to the camera app, and very carefully, as quickly as I'd taken the phone out, I slid it back into my pocket. Luckily, Lara, Yi, and Seth were too busy discussing business to notice. And that'll all work. I think. I mean, I hope. The verb hope there, ironically enough, doesn't inspire much of it. Well, immediately we all went silent. All for the same reason. We heard something. Someone approaching. Last time, everybody stayed close. We pretty much knew who was approaching. This time, no clue. So instantly, all four of us ducked behind the same set of bushes. We got as low as possible, and we held our breath. We would stay as quiet as possible. The person got closer, and then I could hear them getting right next to the body. Then, I heard the light sound of weeping. Weeping. Not surprised. And that meant I thought I knew who I'd see as I peeked out. And I was right. Aja, right? Grooving about the bushes, above the bushes, was Governor Aja herself. What is Governor Aja doing back here? Shh. That's weird, right? Who cares? Seth, what does this change? She's probably going to call in to report the body soon. Luckily, we already did what we needed to. I can handle things from here. You better. So we can leave now. I think that would be for the best. And just like that, we slowly crawled away until we had enough distance. And then quite quickly, we all left Panthea Central Park. It was quite an experience, I thought to myself, but I couldn't get content yet. The work had just begun. Hey, here's an idea. You know how sometimes you get situations where one person is about to kill another person, but then the would-be victim is able to talk the would-be killer out of it? Not with like threats or bribes or anything, just a full-on no tricks, talk no jutsu reversal, which gets them to change their minds. I don't know why that works. It's because on some level, deep down, the person wants to believe that they're good. It's a desire most everybody on this earth has, no matter how evil we may seem. The unconscious mind can go to deliciously ridiculous lengths to justify itself and its actions, convincing someone of their own flaws, their own evils. It's not an easy task, but it is quite possible. But only if on some level, that person wants to be a good person. Our next one is the gold lock, which I guess is going to be the last key, the last lock. Should be interesting, and I thought it would be green. We did the green lock, the only green lock in the entire game, quite some time ago, and I think that was it Devon's? I think it was Devon's. If it wasn't Devon's, it was this one. I can't remember. Yeah, only a couple of episodes to go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.